Recently, I found myself feeling burnt out. Looking back, it's understandable. I chose to end a 20-year corporate career in a position that I've worked all my life to get to. Had I made the right decision? As I moved from being cocooned in the corporate nest into the wilderness of becoming a full-time artist, in the end, it almost felt as though someone else was doing it. A numbness has enveloped me. Maybe it was protective? Was this the secret passage between deciding to feel the fear and actually doing it anyway? The dark, shady, damp tunnel before you get to the promised land where you follow your purpose and life goes up a level? Well, whatever it was, my tank was empty and I wasn't yet in the promised land. I had started a journey that I very much wanted to be on, but the strain of the heavy decisions, the second guessing, the explaining to people, reassuring loved ones and the goodbyes to colleagues had all built up. I was tightly wound, and as any creative knows, this is not the place where creativity lives. Things had become grey and it was starting to affect my art practice. I needed to self-impose a fire break or I was going to burn out completely. So, self-aware and in self-preservation mode, I booked a trip to Spain, not far from Cartagena, and woke up to this. Mere distance helped. Being somewhere new put things in perspective. So, what did I do first? I had an urge to go to the beach, to feel the sand between my toes, the warmth on my skin, and watch the world go by. The sea was so calming and the waves mesmerising. Reassuringly predictable on a day like this, rocking me back to a sense of calmness. I could slowly feel myself returning. It was working. I yearned for a sense of the culture of my surroundings, so I headed to the local Ceramica, a local ceramic shop where I got to see the Spanish creativity in full colour. I could feel the joy as I walked through the aisles, row upon row of patterns and shapes, and colour, all that colour. On my way back to my villa, I was lucky enough to bump into a little lizard with a beautiful blue tail, sunning herself on a rock. Like the lizard, I was soaking up all the sights and the sounds, admiring the beautiful Spanish architecture, the different trees, plants and flowers. It was lovely to be able to breathe and remind myself of my insignificance on this planet. Living moment to moment, the worries were still there. No amount of beauty could change that, but they felt more manageable and less important, just part of life. So by the time the sun was setting on my trip, I'd been reset. I'd reconnected with myself, reminded myself why I'd made the decision I'd made, and felt recharged, ready to go again. Back in the UK, I was excited to get in the studio. The trip fed into my work, the vivid colours coming through. I learned an important lesson through this experience. Painting feeds my soul, of that there is no doubt. But even though I now do what I love as my career, I still needed to make time for rest, recuperation and reflection. It wasn't until I'd had a complete break that I realised what a challenging time it had been. Announcing my decision to change career had been a hard one, but what I hadn't expected was what follows when you make the declaration that you're making the leap. A chorus of "well done, that's so brave," a bit of "I'm so jealous," and a surprising amount of "oh wow, good for you, I always wanted to be a blank, but never did." People then wanted to talk to me about how I'd come to the decision, and some wanted me to help them do the same. So I had been in the trenches, wading through the emotions of both myself and others. Lots of questioning, many things thrown up in the air that had not yet settled back down to earth fully formed, and this is what had worn me out. So, the big question: do I think I made the right choice in leaving behind my corporate career? As it stands today, the simple answer is yes. I get to forge my own path and be creative on most days, but I feel that oversimplifies things. Only time will tell. Nothing in life is certain. We can fool ourselves that this is the case, but in making this move, I made the resolve to live much more in the here and now, day to day. I don't want to paint a picture that suggests it's all rosy. There's a long road ahead, and this is just the beginning of my new adventure. And now, fully rested, I'm excited about the future and have lots of energy to invest in my paintings. Perhaps, like this painting, I feel like I've come through the grey and I'm coming back to glorious Technicolor. And if you're interested, then I'd love you to stick around and see how this journey unfolds. To make sure you're the first to know when I release my next video, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you and would really appreciate your encouragement. This will also help others find my videos, for which I would be hugely grateful. My name's Louise Emily. See you next time for more painting, adventures and thoughts on life's ups and downs. Take care.